to Aluminum Spork, where mysteries come to talk. From ancient cities underground to UFOs that float around. Giants of the past, prophetic signs that last, archaeological fights, and strange unexplained lights. Aluminum Spork, where truth and legends intertwine. From pyramids to guidestones blown, to secrets carved in ancient stone, we're diving deep into the unknown. Hancock's theories we explore, while Congress opens UFO doors. From Göbekli Tepe's rise to jellyfish in darkened skies, mound builders of old, stories left untold, hidden history's core. We're questioning it all. Aluminum Sport, your weekly dose of mystery. From ancient text to modern day, we'll light up truth's hidden way. Join us as we investigate, where conspiracy meets reality, and history holds its secrets tight. On Aluminum Sport tonight.
All right, all right, all right. Yes, APL, you are correct. Smoke show. For people who don't know the Congresswoman, she actually used to do modeling. She was, I believe, in like the guns and ammo type, bikini with guns, God bless her.
Oh, like Maxim magazine, I think I remember
Kind of
seeing
one
her.
of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she did well. She did well for herself. And she ain't a moron either. That's the best part. That's what a lot of the liberal left hates is, intelligent, attractive women. They can't stand it. They just can't. They're like the mean girls. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm the only one.
They really are. Yeah.
They really are. They really are. That group of old cackling ladies. Anyways, welcome to Aluminum Spork, everybody. I am Scott. This is Sporky News Podcast. You can call me Sporking, whatever you want to call me. I don't care. Just call me something. Tonight we are going to be discussing Rep. Anna Paulina Luna, who is she's a truth seeker, and she hasn't been scared to talk about UFOs, UAPs. She hasn't been scared to talk about Epstein list. She hasn't been scared to talk about JFK. Like COVID, she is, a sledgehammer. She is a firecracker. I really appreciate that she is in Washington. I feel like you can trust her, even though, they're politicians, but she's out there for some truth. So she will be leading, and I'm going to say it right this time. I hope, if I have it somewhere, the Department of Declassification of Federal Secrets. I don't know if that's going to be the task force. It's not a department, task force under the House Oversight Committee. But with me tonight is Bad Take Bojans. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely great. Thank you again to Mrs. Spork, who's letting us stream tonight. I appreciate it. It's an early birthday present because tomorrow's my birthday. So
oh, happy birthday. 38. 38. Big birthday.
Yeah, again.
Yeah, again. Right. Yeah. This is my last of the 40s. So, it's interesting. I can't believe I'm going to be 50 next year, but whatever. I'm just stoked to be hanging out. I had such a fun Tuesday Song of Ice and Fire stream because if you're new here, please, like, share, subscribe to whatever you're watching, YouTube, Rumble, or X. But uh the channel is, like me, a little ADHD, little jumping from, fun fantasy stuff to politics to UFOs to ancient lost histories. And I think I even might start going back into Marvel and others here and there because I just miss kind of reviewing those. So but tonight we will be talking about this. We're also going to be talking about something that got past me. It happened the day after my birth, or on my birthday. I think he might have said it, January 22nd. So that's why I might have missed it. And I don't think we talked about it, but he is Representative Tim Burchett from Tennessee, Republican from Tennessee. And he was talking about underwater bases for US aliens, USOs, underwater bases, how fast they go, all this stuff. And I missed it. So we're going to be talking about that too tonight.
Excellent.
So we're on it. Small time Republic. I hope she exposes everything all the way to her. I mean, the secret documents. Yes. Yeah, that's it. That's definitely it. Oh, the lovely Sherry. How are you? Saying happy early birthday to you, lassie. Did anybody? All right, because we talk about everything here, let me just real quick. And maybe we'll go over it Saturday because there's a lot of stuff to go over tonight. But anybody else see that Vanity Fair article with the Mark Hamill, that old sassy lesbian, Mark Hamill saying that of course Luke Skywalker's gay? Like, huh? I don't know if he
In
knows.
what hint? The hint from
I,
where?
I like, where did he get that? Because first of all, okay, so he's like a monk, whatever, but has he never read any of the canon? Like, just like none of it? I mean, because I find that really ridiculous. I find it ridiculous. So what really was awesome is this. The response from the great Shatner, who I just start falling in love with.
Oh no, we lost Scott. He'll be back on Saturday, I'm sure. But I just love William Shatner, and here he is, right back.
Technical difficulty. I don't know. I saw an arrow. I was like, I'm going to press this. Oh, anyways, sorry about that.
Back to William Shatner.
Back to the chat. I'm like missing parts of my thing here. That's what's confusing me. I can't blow it up at the moment. I'm sorry. Something's missing.
See, I just assume that they didn't have Luke have children or get married or whatever because maybe he was so immensely scarred over the fact that he was going to kill his nephew.
No.
That he never had children because he just was afraid of.
Maybe in their world, but in the real world, he had a wife and her name was Mara Jade. And I mean, it's one of the biggest storylines of the extended universe. Like the EU, like the Mara Jade is a legend. You have Thrawn and Mara Jade and all these, like she is a legend. But I just wanted to read what William Shatner said. For those Star Wars fans who are trying to tell me Disney ruined everything, I assume you are referring to Mara Jade. Hamill actually ruined it for you when he revealed Luke was gay. Mara being struck from Star Wars canon was part of her annulment agreement from the Force. I just thought that was hilarious. I really did. So I just posted this. Don't tell Mara Jade Skywalker that Luke is gay because she will kill a mofo. She will kill a mofo. And for a make-believe person, yeah.
Well, she's a redhead, so she couldn't have actually been in Star Wars. Because redhead actresses are just not allowed to get jobs anymore.
No. She would be definitely black. Gap After Dark. I mean, she would probably be like the 112th, I think. There's a going list. It's like over 100 race swaps with redheads to black actor or black, like whatever media they updated it in, the person was black. It's awesome. It's just hilarious. Like it's like a redheaded genocide, you know? Um, I'm sorry I got late. I got deported back into space. Well, welcome back, sir. That was a fast trip. I appreciate it. Oh, come on. Edwin, we all know that you and Luke play with wait a minute, play with what? Play with your lightsabers. Oh, okay. Wow, that is that's an Edwin thing. I don't know what Edwin does with his time, his or the I don't know if I can say his time with Edwin. Edwin's weird like that. I don't know. And for some reason it will not let me switch back to the dump. But one, so I could use an Edwin like video right there. That sucks. God, I was setting myself up and everything. All right. CJ, oh look, I'm sorry, CJ, but Biggles is here. Biggles, I don't know if you would like to talk about what we're going to talk about, but I did share the link. I could care less about Star Wars anymore. EU, canon, Disney, or original, or prequels, or animated. It's all ruined. I get that. I get that. Shatner scored. Frankie Zen says Hamill force push Spork out of the internet. uh, Brian McCann with breaking news. Breaking news from Brian McCann. Hamill is gay. All right, thank you, Brian. Our great brother, soul assassin Luke, was a player in the EU. He had Brea, who became, oh yeah, I forgot that. The Sith lady, Lamaya, Mara Jade, Callista, etc. But Shatner's joke was awesome. Edwin does her best to mind Zim's business eye.
That's a good one.
What y'all think about the story of Jack the Ripper being identified and earthquakes at Area 51? Dude, share me whatever you got in our DM, bro. I didn't hear about the DNA one or identity being found. I did not know that. That's freaking awesome.
Patricia Cornwell wrote a really good book. I'll have to try and remember the name of it, but
Mhm.
she spent like $1 million of her own money. She's a mystery writer. Spent $1 million of her own money researching who Jack the Ripper could have been, and she narrowed it down to like this artist and a couple of other people. And it was
Really?
really, yes, real great book.
Yeah, I
Oh yeah,
always wondered
Jack
if
the Ripper: Portrait of a Killer is what it was
oh,
called.
okay.
Portrait of a
I
Killer.
always wondered
Good
if
book.
it was like if it was someone of the royal family, you know?
Hmm.
I don't know. It just always seemed to me to be someone of the royal family. But what's up, Biggles? The anime.
Hello.
What's up?
Hello. I just want you to know that Luke Skywalker is not gay.
Mm-hmm.
He's into his sister.
Well, who isn't?
Um,
You know? Wait a minute. What? I meant Leia, but that came out wrong.
I got it.
Yeah. CJH Entertainment Plus Area 51 is where they clone the elites and celebrities. It's actually, well, if they do that there, it is it's not Area 51. What is it? Section 4? What do they call it? Oh man, I'm blanking now. You would know, CJH. Darren, like my father before me, I hope your health is well, my friend. Good to see you here. I hope everyone is doing well. A lot of people watching on YouTube right now. We got what? We got 10 over on YouTube, 24 on X, and we have at least me on Rumble. So that's good. Probably because I started talking about Star Wars. But
Well,
yeah, go ahead, buddy.
I'm hoping that Doge finds like this is where we spend all our money on finding aliens, and
Mhm.
I want to see
I
what they
support
do with that and see if they're like, yeah, we spend $50 million a year on aliens, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
that would be
hoping.
cool. Sorry, I got to
that
say
would
goodnight
be
to my
that
kid. I'll
would
be
be
right back.
interesting. That would be interesting. You want to make bets on how much money they spent?
Probably a
How much?
probably boatloads of money
What on what?
on
And
aliens.
Oh, dude. Well, look at the Pentagon's black budget and maybe took like an eighth of it. They probably a couple billion a year. I mean, they've been researching this, Project Blue Book ever since. I mean, even before Roswell, there was crashes in 38 in Italy that hypothetically, not hypothetically, but they said that the church, so the Catholic Church, the Pope, and the like whatever the CIA was before that, it wasn't really a department, but the part of the army, I guess had to rush to get to the northern Italy through fascist Rome or fascist Italy before Mussolini or Hitler can get the crash. I mean, there's so many different stories of us being involved in it. So they've been spending billions on it every year. I don't know about you.
You've got a really nice shirt going on there, Biggles.
Oh,
Tell us all
thanks.
about it.
Biggles.
Thanks.
Hold on, wait a minute. Biggles represents.
It's,
I put some really more pathetic artwork, so you might want to get it. It's just a spork and a spoon, and I just cut and pasted. But it's new
Nice.
merch, so I got new merch. If you want to get
Nice.
a spork, only us people here are in the know. So if you walk around with one of those shirts,
Ooh.
people are gonna be like, "What the hell is that?"
I wore this at MegaCon.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I respect that.
I
Thank
wore
you
this
so
at
much.
MegaCon. You're welcome.
That's awesome.
People
I
were
love
like,
it.
who's that loser? And I was
Yeah.
like, some
You know,
guy named Sporking.
I was
They
told
said,
last
yeah,
week.
he's a loser. No, I'm just
I was
kidding.
told last week I'm too negative because I say, I lost more subs. YouTube's like, I'm not going to do
Whatever.
it anymore. I'm just going to be positive. Positive because the people that are here, I have a lot of fun with. So
Just do what I do and swear at YouTube 24/7, and then people are like, "Man, this guy really hates the YouTube. Let's watch him on YouTube."
yeah, it doesn't work for me. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that, Darren. The HH Holmes, who is out of Chicago, right? He was in Chicago.
Oh yeah,
Um,
he was the one who took care of a bunch of people in a negative way during the World's Fair.
Yeah, he had like a house of horrors,
Mm-hmm.
like false doors, trap doors, doors that led nowhere. Like he was a really I mean, for a serial killer, at least he had fun with it. Like he really, like he made it, oh my God, this is terrifying. I opened a door and there's a wall there, like it's interesting.
Oh yeah, he had this furnace running like 24/7, supposedly burning
Cremating people.
bodies. Yeah, he
Jesus.
had like pipes of, some type of gas he could like send to a room to gas somebody out and then drag them down to the basement. He supposedly had these like, you know how you have laundry chutes where he
Yeah.
basically body
Yes. Just dump them.
It's insane.
Yeah. And there are some people that say there's proof that he was in England the time of Jack the Ripper. So I don't know.
Mhm.
Did Jack the Ripper use a spork as his weapon? You know what?
Sometimes,
A
only on
spork
Thursdays.
well, a spork is a dangerous weapon, but it doesn't cut so cleanly as Jack did. It's more for impaling or crushing. Unless you get the one with a little bit of a butter knife on the side, then you're screwed.
Well, if you want to read an H.H. Holmes book that's really good, it's The Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. It's basically
okay.
the story of both the architects that designed the World's Fair and H.H. Holmes. You kind of go back and forth a chapter at a time. And it's both historical, but it reads like a novel, and it's really cool.
We got Adega saying the actual Ripper has been determined, and it was the insane butcher. I don't know. The original prime suspect. Okay.
Wow.
We'll talk about this on another night. I want to really get to some of the stuff we're going to cover. So you know what? We'll put Tim Burchin actually on the back handle because I didn't put that in the thumbnail. I'd rather talk about the lovely Rep Luna. So let me just get No More Secrets. Is that the one? Yes, I believe this might be the one right here. Yeah. So this is from, and I don't know if they're what leaning Just the News is. I'm hoping they're just down the middle. I've never actually used this site before, but they say GOP rep from Florida, Luna, to lead House task force on declassification of federal secrets, JFK, Epstein, 9/11. I was hoping to find one that's more UAP focused, but I didn't. But it's important that she brought it up in her own introduction of what this task force will be doing. So Florida GOP rep Paulina Luna will lead a task force that will examine the declassification of materials in the public interest including those on the assassination of John F. Kennedy and the client's list of disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer on Tuesday announced his appointment of Luna to lead the panel. This will not be just another task force that fades into I can never say that word. Irrelevance. Thank you. Luna wrote on the social media platform X on Tuesday, I am launching a relentless pursuit of truth and transparency with GOP oversight to lift the veil of secrecy. The American people deserve nothing less. Luna said the first hearing will take place in March, focus on the Kennedy assassination. So I'm really excited about that. And I love what she says here. I don't know if this is the exact part. First hearing will cover JFK. I'm looking to bring in a few people like the 89-year-old, the guy you were just talking about before, right?
Oh, Paul Landis. Yeah. Secret Service guy. He was 28 and he was Jackie Kennedy's specific assigned agent. And so he was the one who climbed onto the back of the vehicle while it was still moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, okay. The one trying to save her. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, that dude's a rock star. Yeah, and she goes on to include individual on the assassination record review board, as well as someone on the House Select Committee on Assassinations. Comer and Luna have already started sending letters to federal agencies to get materials for investigation. Now, I don't know if I'm going to try to find this right now. I swear I saw a report that the FBI found like 256 pages yesterday or today that they didn't know they had on the John F. Kennedy. Can you maybe look that up? Do you mind, Tina?
Oh yeah, not at all. I read an article where there were 2,400 pages.
Oh, was that it?
2,400 documents, one of the two. I'll look it up.
Yeah, please look that up because that's important. We also have. All right, I'm sorry. Just give me one more second. My daughter is back. I just have to say goodnight.
All right. So, because this is a Thursday and usually I talk about anime, JFK was actually assassinated by a man named Alan Smith before he got reincarnated as Lug from The World's Greatest Assassin. Now, this cannot be confirmed, but that's my opinion. He was killed by an anime character before he died and got reincarnated.
Thank you very much with the anime.
Interesting.
Oh man, kids, you gotta love them.
I shared an Associated Press article in the private chat if you want to pull that up.
Yes, I do, but I do want to show, and I'm gonna find this real quick too. I have it in my bookmarks. Is what she had to say because I find it very important how she put it. Probably put it in Aluminum Spork. No, I did. Yeah, here we go. And there's another one I want to cover. Wait till you hear about what the one of the two Ohio lawmakers want to pass. Ooh, that's a good one, people. Stand by for that. But here we go. So this is Luna speaking about this today. And
it is my solemn duty to begin mending this trust, to form a new relationship. If we are to endure and thrive as a nation, we must restore trust through transparency. The American people must be trusted to think for themselves, to form their own judgments from the truth that they are entitled to know. We've been treated like children for too long and kept in the dark by those we elected to serve us.
Amen.
It is my solemn duty to begin mending this trust, to form a new relationship between the government and the governed. Let us embark on this journey together towards a government that does not just serve, but one that enlightens. Trust through transparency, that begins now. If we are to
trust through transparency. I love that she said that, and we have been lied to as a country, that our government officials since World War II, at least, maybe even going back to Lincoln, actually taking unconstitutional privileges to cover up things that we should know about, taking away rights, covering up things because it's in the interest of the country. you label it, oh yeah, it's in the interest of our national defenses. Now, national defense is the big one, but I think we need to be treated like adults and take back what these people have been doing behind our backs for maybe even 150 years. I don't know what you guys think about it.
I mean, there's a lot of stories that they can share, and I really think that JFK, RFK, and MLK are just the perfect piece to start with. Because if you talk to anybody from, our parents' generation and our generation, that's the biggest scandal. You know what I mean? I mean, sure, I was alive during, the time when Reagan was shot, but we caught the guy, knew who he was, knew his motive,
Right.
whacked out, was in love with that one actress. And that's the whole reason why he shot her, but I shot him.
Yeah.
But I mean, JFK's been that unanswered question for way too
Right.
long. I think more people want to know the answer to that than what's really stored in Area 51.
Yeah, you know what? It's a close race on that one. I think for more people, maybe you are right. JFK, because every person that wants UFO declassification, I believe also feel the same about JFK. So,
Agreed.
that might be the biggest one. I mean, the idea that our government might have been involved in the murder of a sitting president.
I believe it.
Yeah. And with that bullet or bullets, not one magic bullet, but bullets, they took the innocence of a nation. That completely changed the United States of America from there. I mean, we went through World War II, a civil war, all these things. And it was, not just the assassination, but it being televised and the morning and Jackie O with little JFK Jr. in the salute. It literally changed a generation or maybe multiple generations, and we've never been the same. Never been the same. Yeah, I find that it's sad to think about that. But I'm going to show that one you sent over. So yeah, they FBI, let's see if I can get this a little bit. Maybe 200 or no, maybe 200 is what I need. So this is from the AP News. FBI says it found 2,400 new JFK assassination records. Just found them.
They just found them.
That's not pages, but records.
Records,
so
yeah.
Easily be, dozens of thousands of pages.
Hundreds of
Which
thousands.
means
You're
they
right.
were hiding them until now if they just found them randomly.
It's insane. It's insane to think about. Yeah. Well, with everything happening, I'm shocked they didn't just burn them. Like the idea that they're like, we got a new FBI director coming in who is all about transparency, and whoever broke the law will pay for it. So they were like, let's get this out in front before anyone says a word.
So do you think the Democrats or the Republicans are responsible for him? Because wasn't he a Democrat?
Who? JFK?
JFK?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
No,
He was a Democrat, but he wasn't following what his party exactly wanted. And his dad also owed a lot to a lot of people to get him the presidency.
Yeah.
Coming from Chicago, we know there's always been a Chicago connection with the JFK assassination.
Yep.
So
Sam Giancana.
It makes me wonder though, did we wait until Carter died? Is there something about the fact that, how many of the older politicians in the last few years or since Trump's first term have passed away that might have had knowledge or a little bit of connection?
Oh, no, that's a very good point. With him passing, that might, because I mean, that was right around, the report, with the magic bullet and everything. Why does my brain never work when I need it to?
From the Warren Commission, you mean?
Yeah, the Warren Commission. Yeah. So the Warren report, like he was in that age bracket where he might have known things that he, more, they might have gave him information when he became president more than he needed, I just, it just goes back, and I don't like to, I dislike, Lyndon B. Johnson for a lot of reasons. First of all, he destroyed black families with some of his so-called human human rights like legislation, making it more beneficial for families to break up because they get more money, things like that. And I just, the way people have talked about him, people that knew him firsthand, is when he was mad at someone, it never changed. And he did not like being the VP to, Ivy
To a
League
pretty
brat.
boy.
Yeah,
A pretty boy.
exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. That needed to shoot up to get around, So yeah, let's see what they say here. Dallas AP, the FBI on Tuesday said it discovered 2,400 new records related to the assassination of JFK as federal agencies work to comply with President Donald Trump's executive order last month to release thousands of files. The FBI said it's working to transfer the records to the National Archives and Records Administration to be included in the declassification process. The federal government in the early 1990s mandated that all documents related to November 22nd, 1963 assassination be housed in a single collection at the National Archives. And while the vast majority of the collection, which includes over 5 million pages of records, has been made public, researchers estimate that 3,000 files haven't been released, either in whole or in part. And that's again, files. That doesn't mean 3,000 pages. That's files that has not been covered. That's crazy.
The classifieds, or the ones that implement probably other presidents or high-ranking government officials at the time, I would assume.
Yeah, of course, man. It's crazy. And, but that also goes to show you, even when Bill Clinton asked for these, like that was more of a 1990 wasn't Clinton. It was 92, I think, that they did that. Clinton wanted to release the files. That was one of the main things he wanted to do. I think he thought of himself as a John F. Kennedy kind of guy, but he was just not good at it.
I mean, that was the first child in the White House. Oh no, never mind. I forgot. Amy Carter was rather young. So, I thought they compared Clinton a lot to JFK. He was supposedly handsome. He was philanderous.
Yep.
He had young children in the White House.
But she wasn't even that young. She was like, I mean, compared to, Kennedy's kids, they were
they were babies.
three, and maybe like 5, maybe not even. But yeah, he played the sax. He was the cool Southern. Hey, how are you? Like, I'm here to tell you. It's just one of those guys like, you're looking pretty cool, Arsenio. And he really was, that was one of the things that, and I believe UFOs, and both he didn't do. His wife talked a big game when she was running, and she, they're called UAPs now. That's why people, I hate that we call them UAPs, but like the whole community does now, because it was like her that like let that leak. Like they want us to call it UAPs, but they're freaking UFOs, I can't stand them. But I love you, Clintons, and you never killed anybody.
Not at all.
Completely innocent.
I mean, the average person has 30 plus friends that commit suicide.
Exactly. Exactly. Small time Republic says JFK got Marilyn, Bill got Monica. Kind of a downgrade. Yeah.
Do we think Marilyn could have been involved, or was she already dead?
She was already dead.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't remember. This is all before I was born. So
Yeah, they said Marilyn was threatening to talk and tell people about Bobby and Jack. She accidentally overdosed.
She had a lot of mental health problems along with some physical issues too, but that was their biggest worry is they thought
Yeah.
that she was going to tell some psychiatrist or some therapist
Mhm.
all of the dirty secrets, and
Right.
she had to go.
I mean, the minute they thought that, they were like, yeah, we got to kill her. And that's the scary thing about people of power. They don't want to give it up. They don't want to look bad. And if people found out that, the magic of Camelot was all a facade, it was all just a paper dragon, they would have definitely lost the next election to whoever went against them. Maybe even Richard Nixon in 60. Oh, well, he would have probably been on his last. No, because he was running for president again. So yeah, I forgot who he was running against. But yeah, that to me just tells you right there. But I am thinking there's at least a couple shooters. Let me finish this and then we'll talk about that. So yeah, the FBI did not say in its statement what kind of information the newly discovered files contained. The FBI in 2020 opened a central records complex and began a years-long effort to ship electronically inventory and store closed case files from field offices across the country. The agency said a more comprehensive records inventory along with technology advances allowed it to quickly search and locate records. What is this one?
in broken Spanish.
Oswald speaks in broken Spanish. Yeah, then in English. Hello. Visa for Russia. Call on the other call. That poor guy is. You know what? I don't doubt he was involved, but he was the patsy. If you don't think he was the patsy,
he might have been radicalized and he might have been thinking he was recruited to kill the president, but
right. I don't even think he was recruited to kill the president. I think he was recruited to take the shot at the governor. The governor, Connolly. Thank you. Governor Collin. I think he was there to take the shot at that. We are going to go, there's so much stuff going on. I haven't had a chance to do the gem files, but the gem files have a whole breakdown on what did happen and how they set him up. I mean, there was people there that were he believed he was there to take a shot at Conley. And then he was supposed to leave his weapon. And there was going to be a second guy who came, picked up the shells, picked up the weapon and left. And that happened in the other spots that shot at the president, but not his, because they set him up to take the fall. And it has a lot to do with Onassis and, Kennedy, Joe Kennedy. It's such a cool file. If you've never read it, it's very you're just reading timelines and information, but it's the people that were killed right before or died right before John F. Kennedy were the people they had to take out if they were going to take out the president and get away with it. It is very interesting.
If I remember correctly, wasn't the head of JFK's Secret Service detail was sent to Alaska to scope a site for something that wasn't happening forever, and so that he purposely was not involved with, had nothing to do with sweeping Dallas ahead of.
Because first of all, any of those Secret Service guys that saw that S-shaped part of the road and thought that was a good idea, I feel like we're ignorant, naive, not trained well, or they were in on it. You know what I mean? Because that's a freaking, it's a kill box. All right. Jefferson Morley, vice president of the Mary Farrell Foundation and repository for files related to the assassination, called the FBI's disclosure of the files refreshingly candid. It shows that the FBI is serious about being transparent. No, they're not. They just know who the new head of the FBI is going to be. You know, like just like Morley, you're just being one of them. You're just once again being one of them, like covering up that, oh, they've had these for how many decades since 3 decades. And because the new head of the FBI is a no nonsense and he is a MAGA guy, we just found like 2005, whatever, guys.
Who would have guessed?
Same. I agree, Adega. There have been leaked video talks between aides of his that knew. There's just too much information that makes it point that LBJ had enough and he wanted in, and he would give the war hawks the war they wanted.
Yeah.
Do we believe the Zoolander theory that it was male models on the grassy knoll?
It could have been. Yeah. Hey, look, when you have a Manchurian candidate who is a male model, there's nothing you could do. Those dudes, I mean, they're all about precision, blue steel and stuff like, blue steel and stuff. Like, you can't get away with this shit. They got you. They definitely got you. Let's see. Trump's orders last month directed the National Intelligence Director and Attorney General to develop a plan to release classified records related to Kennedy's assassination. Blah, blah, we all know this part. The collection was required to be open by 2017. So let's not forget that was during Trump's first administration. I feel like we do have a different president this time around. He's more in control than I felt like he was during that presidency.
Yeah, he took over the office of the presidency, similar to how you take over a company. You evaluate who's there. If people are doing the job, you let them do their job, and so on. Well, the problem with that is that if people were just looked like they were doing their job, doesn't mean they didn't already have affiliations with your rivals. And I think that was Trump's biggest problem, is he talked to people he considered smart.
Right.
And got a lot of bad advice.
And he thought he should trust.
Right.
Gotta go on, please. A lot of bad advice.
No, I'd just say that and Fauci isn't a perfect example of the bad advice.
Yeah. I look at that and I'm like, dude, just take a look at what he did during the AIDS crisis. Scaring parents, kids of parents that had AIDS, thinking they would get it by kissing them. Fauci was terrible. I'm the bringer of death. All right. So the assassination fueled conspiracy theories for decades. Kennedy was fatally shot in downtown Dallas as his motorcade passed in front of the Texas School Book Depository building, where I can't believe Lee Harvey Oswald was only 24. And was positioned in a sniper's perch on the 6th floor. 2 days after Kennedy was killed, nightclub owner Jack Ruby fatally shot Oswald during a jail transfer. It's just too clean. The Warren Commission, established by the then president Lyndon B. Johnson to investigate the assassination, found that Oswald acted alone and there was no evidence of a conspiracy. No evidence. Case closed. Yep. Let's not talk about that magic bullet or anything like that. But Posner here says, Gerald Posner, author of Case Closed, which concludes that Oswald acted alone, said one possibility is that the newly discovered files are repeats of documents that are already in the National Archives. If they are really new assassination documents, then it raises a whole bunch of questions about how they were missed for all these years. Like, dude, come on.
Maybe this guy's involved.
Yeah.
Let's go. Why does he have the book on it that has all the knowledge? Unless he was involved and he fakes it,
Anybody who wrote that this was one guy, one magic bullet, case closed, I believe is a freaking plant. He is a psychop. He is part of the machine. And this guy's probably like, shit, they told me to do this. I know I got a freaking, what the hell? He said the wow would be if they are related to Oswald or the investigation. Dude, this guy is so stupid. I'm sorry. I keep saying dude, but the idea that we're not going to get new information from over 2,000 files just from the FBI alone, and then others that I forget his name, but there's a guy who's been researching this for decades, and he said there are multiple files in multiple departments that whispers and whistleblowers have been talking about for decades. And if we don't get those, you will have people that will know if this is BS or not. And that's the beauty of it. Like, there's just too much information out there of what they're hiding. Brian McCann says, in 2009, we got a first foreign-born president with the wrong social security number than that he was born with. Yeah. You know what, dude? I've never looked into that one enough. I really don't know. I know that there's paperwork where he wrote it. There was written differently than what he was supposedly given, but I don't know enough of that birther one. I really don't. I probably should look into it, but I just don't know enough. Yes, such as Stephen King. Piece of monkey shit. We all know a time traveling assassin fired from 6 different locations.
Could be possible.
Quantumly, it could be possible. Yes. The documents released over the past several years from the collection have offered details on the way intelligence services operated at the time, and includes CIA cables and memos discussing visits by Oswald to the Soviet Union, Cuban embassy during a trip to Mexico City just weeks before the assassination. The former Marine had previously defected to the Soviet Union before returning home to Texas. There are people that say he actually was a CIA asset. Morley said the CIA's surveillance of Oswald had been the emerging story over the last 5 to 10 years. He said there could be information on that in the new files. Dude, I swear we've known that for 20 years. What is he talking about? We know the CIA. Anyways, maybe it's because us conspiracy theorists have been saying that for years, that the CIA knew about Oswald and just let it happen. I don't know.
Creed.
Crazy. It is crazy. But you do have the amazing Luna, who will be heading this up, and I think it's about time. So their first meeting will be in March. So I'm hoping that we get some information. I mean, she has been one of our go-tos for UAPs, UFOs. So I really hope after the assassination stuff, which I guess is important, the idea that, wrong one. Sorry. But I think actually that if there were UFOs and we've retrieved them and or entities, and we know of them or we are actually working with them, and there may be a federation of multiple different species of aliens, I think that would be more important than who killed John F. Kennedy.
I think it would be, but I wonder if more people could handle the learning about UAPs after we learned this minor little secret in comparison.
Right.
Maybe it's almost like they let's kind of see how they're going to react when this.
That's a good one. I didn't think of that.
Maybe the aliens killed JFK, and that's why they blamed it all on Oswald.
Aliens killed JFK.
Who knows? I don't know.
He could have been one of them.
Maybe.
You never know.
Never know. True.
So this is from November 15th, 2024. A recent House oversight hearing, and we all remember that. We've gone over it. You had Michael Schellenberg, Lou Elizondo, Rear Admiral Tim Gallant, and former NASA official Michael Gold, who I find to be very interesting. Michael Gold may not be a plant like some of the others may be. Michael Gold seems like he just is very interesting in finding out the truth. And so Michael Gold, yes, he was a NASA official, but he also worked for, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to forget this. It's one of the biggest companies that supposedly does. Oh God, why can't I remember now?
Civil space he was
Nah,
vice president of civil space at Maxar Technologies.
nope, nope, nope.
General counsel for Radiant Solutions Business Unit.
No, go back a little ways.
Okay.
What's it? It's the guy's name is the name of the company. He's a freaking billionaire. Some of parts of his ship, he built like housing for space. It's part of the lunar. Oh my God.
I don't know these words. But Gap After Dark says, didn't he work at Frito-Lay's?
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. Biggles. It's almost like Biggles.
Yeah, why not? It is mine. I actually did it.
It literally is like your name.
I time traveled and I brought the aliens to bring down JFK.
Oh my
it was
God,
way before I was born.
Robert Bigelow Aerospace.
Thank you. Bigelow Aerospace. He used to work there.
I needed a letter to go by to scan the article.
Oh my God. I couldn't remember it. Yeah, Bigelow. Oh my, I gotta start like keeping a cheat sheet right here, like probably the better YouTubers do. Yeah. So Bigelow, he worked under like a certain department, and the department was more of like they were creating space housing in a way. And literally one of theirs is attached to the International Space Station. It's just to give them more room because there is no space in space. You know what I mean? So he said, like, from that department, I never heard anything, but it was my friends that were in other sections of the company, people I trusted, telling them about the alien tech they were working with. It's very interesting. Yeah, Deuce Bigelow, awesome movie. It really was. Did somebody say steak? Yeah, so he's a very interesting one. We might have to do something about that. I want to try to get the guy on the show. Michael Gold, if you're out there, I'd like to talk to you. So yeah, they were part of the panel, and she really got into, she took it very seriously. And that's what I liked. When you watch her portion of it, she is definitely asking questions that mean something. So one of hers is to the Admiral. She says, this next question is for Mr. Gallanted. To your knowledge, have any USOs ever outpaced our submarines? Rep Luna asked next. He answered yes, but could not adequately describe by what magnitude the supposed USO outpaced the submarine, alluding to an apparent incident in the North Atlantic during a storm in the 1980s, but this incident cannot be verified. So what I find interesting, well, what I find interesting about that, and that's why this is why I brought it up, is because when you go to Rep Tim Burchett just 12 days ago, he said USOs are definitely real, or at least he was told they're definitely real. So this is the rep out of Tennessee. Oops, that's maybe a little too, oh, maybe that is a good size. It's just X. Where's the X? I can't see the X.
I don't know. We're not on UFOs. We're on unidentified underwater thingies.
Yeah, we're hitting USOs right now. Are we on UFOs now? We are on USOs. Because let's not forget, she is going to tell us in the Committee of Transparency and Beauty. She's going to tell us about JFK, MLK, RFK. I wanted to have a joke there, but I didn't have one. Epstein, COVID-19, and UFOs, UAPs, and USOs. And she is into that stuff. Like, she is into UFOs. So I really think that's after she gets the assassinations out of the way, or during, she's going to try to find out a lot of information on that and let us know. USO stands for unidentified
submerged.
Yeah. I couldn't remember their for object. So it is. That's why they say they use UAP now, because it could be flight, it could be underwater, it could be interdimensional. So they don't want to have, too many acronyms. So it's UAPs, and I just think that's dumb.
I just assume anything underwater
Yeah.
is from another planet.
Well, and they could be. I mean, they say octopus, or is it squid? One of the two. They could be from a different planet. But yeah, UFO, USO, they're mostly the same thing. I bet you they can go through both. We've seen that with the Tic Tac and the Go Fast videos. They did it all.
I believe
You're welcome.
I think it might be the octopus because they're the ones that can like shrink down to be really, really small.
Yeah. Okay.
Like there's no other. Yeah, I think there's no other species that's similar in concept.
Octopuses are very popular in Japanese animation.
I like it.
There you go.
Yeah, UAO. That would have been cool. I like that. I like the Japanese and Korean
Octopuses
animes. Octopus.
I was making an inappropriate joke, Sporking.
I know you were.
Okay.
Oh my god, I can't fight this one.
See,
Okay,
I've
just
always heard of like tentacle porn in joking around is like
You can't.
it's something related. It's like one of those things where it's like I've always heard it as a joke or like the ending of a joke, but like thankfully I've never actually seen if it was real.
Yeah. Like some of them, it's always like, "Oh, save me! He's going in places I shouldn't let me.
Help me!"
Yeah. What is that one show that I just couldn't watch because every episode was like that?
Baha Neko, the cat one with the elf.
The guy who's like trying. He's adventuring.
Episode. Oh.
Yeah, I'll have to get you.
Vending machine.
Don't you dare talk dirty about that show. So Tim Burton said Wednesday he believed, and Wednesday would have been around it would have been the 22nd, my birthday. So Tim Burton on January 22nd said he believed aliens have underwater bases on Earth. I just think traveling light years, I think it happens. I think it's possible in the vastness of God's great universe. I mean, light years, the light from those stars that we see at night left there before the time of Christ. Yeah, he's right. Pritchett said, joining former Rep Matt Gaetz One America News Show in clip highlight. Let's just go to the clip highlight.
Wait, so Jesus brought aliens to the Earth? So what that guy was saying?
No, they're saying that the some of the lights you see in the sky, the light takes us 2,000 years to reach Earth.
No,
or 2,500 years to reach, or whatever.
Got it.
Come on, man! I swear, this guy. Oh, you know what? I might have it already set up. My bad. Yeah, we're gonna find it. Sorry about that. I'm gonna back this out for a second, and I'm gonna find this so you guys don't have to just stare at that. Let's go.
I like that retired representative Matt Gaetz.
Oh yeah,
he was really. I love his all the questions he's asked.
I don't know why he is retired, for the simple fact that he stepped down, but I believe he won his election. I believe there was an election for him, and he stepped down after he won, but before he was sworn in. So who's to say he can't just, I stepped down from this past, year, but 2025, I'm in, like high fives.
Oh, he stepped down because Trump was.
Oh no, I know why.
Trump making him. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But like after he stepped back and said, I'm not going to run. Sorry, sir. He already was elected again. So why not in January just be like, hey, I'm doing this? Because he backed out pretty damn quick. I don't know.
Possible.
USOs, I meant to say, right? USOs. Sorry. Everybody here loves me. That's here. So we're good.
Not
Sequest is still
everyone.
great. The aliens are a secret organization founded by George Washington.
I can believe that.
He might have
That-
saw an alien.
How else did we beat the world's most powerful army at the time? We used
Right.
aliens
Aliens.
or the French. That too.
Freaking French.
The only time they were good at anything.
That's 1 year ago. Damn it. Where the hell is this? USO underwater. I don't know.
That
They
is
don't
true. Lincoln was a vampire hunter. They made a whole movie on it.
Yeah, that's a documentary. I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought that was a documentary.
it was.
Dan to Dan banana.
Banana.
They're going for the banana.
We eat your banana.
Oh, that's great. That is great. Let's see. Anytime? No, let's go in the past month, right? Because this was just a little time ago. More. Mhm. Oh, here we go. Oh, are we going to get the actual admiral who told him?
Maybe.
Ah.
I don't know. You're the one with the
I know. I'm the one like staring at it, and everyone's just like,
you're the
"What is
one
he
looking at
doing?"
the information. They're like, there's a lot of dead air when Sporking's live, so we had to have two other people.
No
on
one
here
else freaking talks.
to keep the entertainment going. Hey, I'm doing my best. Okay, I really don't know anything.
Yeah, we know
I
that.
I
We know
came
that.
up with the theory that the anime character who got reincarnated to Luke actually assassinated JFK early on when you were gone. So
Yeah.
I've been trying.
Well, I appreciate it, buddy. Sound.
Thank you for the information, Brian.
Yeah, Brian, you're the
underwater
best.
UFO as large as a football field, moving at hundreds of miles per hour underwater.
All right, Congressman Tim Burchett out of Tennessee is talking about UFOs the size of football fields moving underwater at incredible rates of speed. Oh,
Who is this
an
guy?
alien basis too. I've got the story.
I don't
This
want your
will-
story, bro.
This
I can't even jump ahead.
All right, so the clip isn't over, and he
will disclose to you
Son of a bitch.
this week.
Oh, I
Tennessee
hate my
lawmaker
life
Tim
right now.
Burchett sharing about
Way
an
to
account.
go.
All right, Congressman Tim Burchett out of Tennessee is talking about
Way to go.
UFOs the size of football
just-
fields moving underwater at incredible
I just-
rates of speed. Oh, an
It's just a
alien basis
megalodon.
too.
They're not
I've got the
dead.
story. Let's jump in. Here's
Still
Tim
alive.
Burchett talking on News Nation about this situation and saying that an
Still alive.
admiral had told him, and this presenter is going to try to get a little more information out of Tim Burchett
Okay,
about
dude.
this whole situation.
What did the admiral disclose?
Okay, News
to you?
Nation.
When was
We're
this?
not
What
watching this
exactly
guy.
did-
I am not going to listen to him when you can listen to me.
Yeah, we're way better. I don't even know what's going on. For all we know, that guy could be famous with like 7 billion subs.
That's why he doesn't
even bigger
need my
than
help.
PewDiePie, and he's like, man, I wish I was as good as Sporking talking about me talking about something else, you know? It's like, boom.
There are people out there. I'm a YouTuber's YouTuber. Ask Mad Mardigan. Underwater.
I believe it. Soon
Something-
Sporking is going to use my channel for like alien stuff, and I don't even talk about aliens, and he's going to be like, see, Biggles was right this whole time.
Oh, sugar. Hundreds of miles an hour. He did talk about that, but I want the footage of the interview with, what was it, News Nation?
News Nation. Said credit News Nation. News Nation. Underwater bases on Earth. I think it was the one below it.
You think so?
So-
oh,
No, this is the same one. It looks like it. Yep. There you go. Look,
boom, people.
Sporking did something good,
He
guys.
found
You
it.
should
He
all
found it.
all
clap and be proud of him. Oh, he did it for himself.
Oh, before I forget, I want to congratulate Culture Casino, 30K subscribers. Good for you, buddy. Growing every day. Awesome dude, works too hard, so he deserves it.
Good job, Culture.
Yeah, 30K, bro. That's crazy.
Culture also made me meet Sporking, so that's kind of a
He
bad thing,
did.
right?
He did. I think he pushed you. He pushed me off onto you. He was like, "Okay, I'm going to work harder," and Scott seems not to be. So go hang out with Biggles. And I was like, you know what?
He's like,
I'm
you're
good with
being
that.
punished. He's like, let this illiterate kid read your super chats. And then I was like, the dog for $2 said woof.
Woof. All right, let's hear what he has to say.
This week, Tennessee lawmaker Tim Burchett sharing about an account from an admiral describing an underwater UFO as large as a football field moving at
As large as a football field.
hundreds of miles
It's the
per hour.
megalodon. It's still alive.
Hundreds of miles an hour, though.
Yeah,
Dude.
the megalodon's still alive.
I think I saw a report that submarines, maybe 40 miles, 60 miles is top. You know, like this thing's going hundreds of miles an hour. That's insane. It has to be displacing the water somehow in a propulsion system that we just can't.
Alien fish, man. Alien fish.
Actually, there was one of those, the ones with the light on his head that looks really ugly. Looks like a angry, like.
Yeah, the one in Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A video recently of one like very close to the surface. It just decided to come up. I don't know why.
Yeah, apparently tornadoes. Oh my gosh. Apparently torpedoes can only reach speeds of up to like 80 miles an hour.
Yeah. And those things are like designed to go as fast as possible.
Exactly.
Bill Schneider. I love all you guys. Oh, the Wi-Fi Crystal Skulls tonight at 9. All right, that's fine. 10 your time, I'm guessing, Brian, because it's 9 my time already, and I'll shut this down and go.
I don't even know what that means.
Dude, I didn't realize until our last guest on Aluminum Spork, Brian from the Brain Show and the Popcast Brothers, knows AJ.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, they were gonna do the merch for him. And
that clicking noise is probably me throwing
these
batteries back and forth.
Stop. I thought it was me.
No, I was throwing batteries and catching them. I'm sorry.
Ginger, thank you so much. I thought I was losing my shit because no one else was acting like they saw anything. So I was like, or heard anything.
This is what happens when I get bored. I start playing with stuff in my hands.
Yeah. Well then, thanks. I'm glad I'm keeping.
You're welcome. Here, I'll keep it on the camera.
This is what happens when I get bored. That's what he says on my live stream. You asshole.
Yeah, well, I have Underdog here. Look at this.
Underdog. Okay. All is forgiven with Underdog. Yeah, me too. I thought I was going crazy too. That's definitely getting clipped. Okay, let's do this.
Underwater. And Representative Burchett is joining us live on News Nation Prime now. Representative, I appreciate you making the time tonight.
Thank you, ma'am. I was just out in the field. My donkeys got out, so you're a welcome relief from all that.
Oh, his ass ran away.
He's got donkeys. I know people from Tennessee. I don't think they have that hard of a donkey drawl. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe this is why Fish was ashore. This huge football ship runs into them. Yeah. Good.
Or maybe that's the reason why the whales are beaching themselves. Is it's not the wind turbines making too much noise. It's back at aliens. Yeah.
It is so messed up. I can't understand why people. I don't know. Anyways, like it's so good for the environment. Yeah, sure it is.
So good for killing fish.
I work close to the shore and the river, like a huge river, a lot of ports, and I see those coming down river to go out to sea. They're so freaking big. No wonder they disrupt like other animals and like kills thousands of birds because they don't see it. They just fly right into them. And then they vibrate, I guess, to a frequency that draws whales in. Yeah. Lithium batteries. So great too. Let's dig a massive hole in the earth. Like that looks like the Grand Canyon. Ancient lithium site, maybe. I don't know. All right.
There is a whole story there, but first let's talk about, tell me more about the circumstances that you talked about this week. what did the admiral disclose to you? When was this? What exactly did he say?
It's been a while. I get a lot of people that want to disclose things to me, and I'm really cautious about it because, frankly, a lot of it is just theory and things like that. When you hear firsthand accounts, and this isn't the first one that I've seen. There's been sonar. I've talked to several different people that have said this thing, and I believe sonar is underwater. So the way our military hides this from us is because our sonar is probably high tech. I don't know. Is more high tech than anybody else. But the odd thing is we want to hide it from the Chinese. But you and I both know, and America knows, that probably most of the components for our double secret sonar is probably bought from the Chinese. So they pretty much know
Yeah.
what we got. And there's basically, I've been told there's 5 really deep sea areas that we know more about the surface of the moon than we know about the surface of the ocean there. And you have a lot of UFO or UAP activity there. And people are sighting these things. You're having sailors, you're having different people all across the world. And the numbers seem to be higher in these areas. And that leads you to believe is something traveling light years? Is that even possible in our realm of thought? I mean, you're talking about the light from the closest stars left there before the time of Christ when we see it at night. So, you have to think, well, maybe something is here, and has it been here long? And, and I talk to folks in the Christian community and others that think it's part of the spiritual realm. I'm not doubting anybody's beliefs or anything. I'm not trying to rain on that. I'm just reporting what I've been told multiple times, and this is something I've pulled together. So I believe there's something going on, and our government, once again, is spending tens of millions of dollars on something that they tell us does not exist. And that's why
Representative, can you take us back? What exactly did this admiral tell you?
Well, the last thing he told me was they're real. He said they're real. It was just me and him talking in a doorway, actually, and he described sonar readings of something, and I believe it was described as large as a football field, and the speeds were just something that we're not even close to being able to do underwater. I wasn't thousands of miles an hour. It was in the realm of a couple 100 miles an hour, but still, I think the closest thing we've got something that's
Couple
close to 40
hundred miles an
maybe,
hour.
or 45, something like that. I don't know, maybe some of our secret apparatus, but anyway, and this is not the first time this has happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I've talked to others that have said the exact same thing. People that were on a ship or on a sub, that's something, they had weird pings, things that showed up, and they moved at such a speed that it was just not fathomable in our.
And did that admiral speak about potential alien bases underwater as well?
Well, that was I put all these conversations together, but that seemed to be the realm of possibility, and that he agreed that as I did, that something traveling is just not in our realm of understanding.
I just wonder who. It's he won't tell us who the admiral is, but I believe there are people out there that think they know who the admiral is, and the thing is that you go to different websites and look this up, and they'll all say mysterious admiral, unknown admiral. They want to make sure everyone they want to make sure everyone second guesses him as crazy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that's just messed up. That's what I think.
It's the Atlanteans, man. They're trying to take back the land.
They could be. You never know. You never know. If there's any members out there, see if there's one emoji on YouTube. I think I just added one.
Emoji?
Yeah. I just wanted to see if it worked. I don't know why. It's like a meme I saw. Let's see.
I don't see any. Maybe I'm not a member anymore. Maybe I quit.
Yeah,
Quit in life.
I don't see.
Is that a
I don't
publish?
see it.
Let me I'm gonna relaunch mine and just check, because I think I would be the ultimate member.
You're not a member.
I am the member. No.
So I keep looking up anybody, underwater UAPs and admirals, and that Tim Gallaudet's name is the only one that comes up.
Yeah, Tim Gallaudet. So they're just saying the former admiral. I mean, it does make sense that it could be him because it is, I believe, a former admiral, and he is someone who is willing to come out and speak and put his, I don't know, his reputation on the line. And for people still believe this is a joke. They still consider it fringe. And I just don't understand that. I don't know. Bermuda Triangle is real. It is. I don't know if I used to believe it had something to do with interdimensional stuff, but it could just be wind and, magnetic issues from the earth causing problem with their instruments. I don't know though.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if there's something like magnetic forces that are impacting the airplane's technology, and then if you combine that with horrible storms, so the person can't fly, just by sight either,
right,
then I can see that being huge. And you just eventually run out of fuel if you just keep flying in circles when you think you're flying straight.
Well, that's the thing. And I mean, there's been squadrons that went missing, like something has to be causing that. And they found that, I believe they found that squadron at the bottom of the ocean. But some they never ever find. So could it be interdimensional? I don't know. Projections. I heard that before. Someone brought that up. I read or saw a video where someone said they're not. Eric Weinstein said that, I believe, on the most recent one he was on Joe Rogan with. He said he believes they're not actual UFOs, but they're projections.
Caused by people who just want to cause more commotion, more hype. Yeah, that could make sense.
But I mean, those would have. Yeah, go ahead. I just think they could be super. That would have to be super high tech projections.
Exactly. And who's got that technology? I mean, it's not like Russia's got a lot of money to spend on technology right now. So
right. Could it be? I mean, it could be the US government, China, whoever. I don't know. I see no emojis for 23 months as a member.
I gotta end that.
Oh, you just became a sponsor again?
Sure.
Oh, wait a minute. Then that
it just says that anytime you keep your month.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It just wants me to notice you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't seen Lisa in a while. It's good to see you. Missing billions. We talked about that I said that right at the beginning, but she's so right. Missing billions from DOD. Pentagon has their secret base underwater. Perfect for the lizards that they are. I don't doubt it.
The Homo reptilians.
Isn't it weird though that reptilians would be living in water?
Well, in a bubble.
Maybe they're actually amphibians and not.
I was going to say, yeah.
No, the lizard. I mean, the lizard people are a species that, unlike our own lizards, eat human souls. Probably
they could be like the babies of Godzilla.
All right, now you're just being ridiculous.
Or the sperm of Godzilla.
Yeah, they could be Godzilla's sperm.
Talking about sperm, I have another story.
Oh, jeez.
I do.
Good segue.
I do.
So you like talking about sperm? Well, we got
the story
sperm.
for you.
Yeah.
No, it's not alien sperm. It's Ohio sperm. From the great state of Ohio, which I do love.
The best sperm comes from Ohio, apparently.
No. Brian McCann for $1.49 gives us a hot dog.
Yay.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Best hot dogs are from Chicago, and then those hot dogs come from Portillo's.
Okay, so the best hot dog is a dirty water dog in New York, but my favorite type of hot dog is a Chicago dog. And I've had them in Chicago, and they're so much better than anywhere else I had them. They're delicious. You know, you got
You
that.
mean the street vendor hot dogs?
Oh
Where
yeah,
they
the dirty
just-
water
where They're
dogs.
just okay. It was
Now,
just
Yeah, yeah.
are
making
you talking
sure.
about one with like sauerkraut, or just the hot dog itself is good?
No, the one they do is they have a hot dog with what we call a Chicago dog. It's like, and I don't know if I had that in
It's
Chicago
got
actually,
pickles and
but
relish and stuff,
it's
right?
like a pretty bright green relish with like
Yes.
little pepperoncinis or
Oh,
something.
yeah, with
And,
little pepperoncinis.
yep,
It's got tomato. It's got onion. It has mustard. No ketchup.
yep. No ketchup. It's for
No ketchup.
children.
Exactly.
My wife got mad at me because I said at the age of 10 my kids couldn't have ketchup anymore on their hot dogs, and I was vetoed.
Aw.
Thank you, Brian. Yeah, I was vetoed. Because I as a kid it was yellow mustard I was allowed to have, and then when you got a little older, it had to be at least brown. You know, like
Mhm.
that's just the way I grew up. Um,
But yeah, if
yeah,
your relish doesn't glow in the dark, it's not a Chicago dog.
yeah, no. Before you know, let's Lisa, please hang out with us for a few minutes because I do want to talk about that because it isn't. I mean, if that is a bug on the lens, that thing tracked at very fast speeds. You know, like it was actually locked on with tracking. So, but let's first talk about this. From Ohio. Reported by Colin Riggs. New Ohio makers have proposed a new law that bans men from ejaculating without intent of conception. Would fine men up to 10,000 per ejaculation. The bill was brought forward by Democrat. Oh my God, they were Democratic. Oh wow,
Damn it.
state reps.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Anita
Samani.
yeah, no men. And Tristan Rad Raid. Men would be charged with a felony under the law if they engage in unprotected sex without the intent of impregnation. This is the part that gets me. Exceptions under the law include people ejaculating in the LGBT, don't forget the T community, sperm donations, and masturbation.
Well, I mean,
That sounds discriminatory.
Thank you, buddy.
but the LGBTQ ejaculations would not be for impregnation, so it would make sense they'd be exempted.
Is that Ryan's brother? He looked a little bit like Ryan.
Sponsored by Democratic State.
So the best part is like they keep out the LGBTQ, but so you're saying, and I actually did have my own reflection post on what they were saying, and it is this one right here. Damn it, I know I had it. Okay, anyways, mine was awesome. Damn it, I suck at this.
Well, you know, those of us that are new to YouTube, it takes us a while to
Yeah, it's only
get a
been
hack of
5
doing a live stream.
5 or 6 years or so. Hold on, I got this shit. I got it. I got it because it was good. I laughed. I laughed. Damn it. Okay, forget it. Maybe it was something else. I know I responded. What I said was, so you're saying that we're being discriminatory because if you have a trans woman and he is a lesbian,
Dun, dun,
he's having sex
dun.
with a woman and he ejaculates. If he doesn't get her
There you
pregnant,
go.
why is he free to not get her pregnant?
But what if a trans man and a trans woman are having a relationship?
100%.
There
Could
you
it
go.
be Satan? Mike says there are real UFOs and real projections. It's an effort to distract the ground viewers of their battle over have and have nots regarding tech. Don't doubt that.
Good
The
call.
technology is intense for projections because you're projecting into, daylight sky. To me is unbelievable that they can do that. But there are real UFOs. They are. I mean, it's not impossible to believe that a civilization that's 1 billion years older than us found a way
Hmm.
to get through space using wormholes or, 3D. faster than light speed technology. Hi, Lisa. Yes, the Visitors. V was one of my favorite miniseries as a kid.
Oh yeah, I mean those are when like the Gen X first met Robert Englund.
mhm.
Well before he was Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, that's true. White House used green screen projection on Biden. He walked through object in 2022 hologram deepfake tech. I don't doubt it.
Yeah, there's a story about how there's an entire like mock White House across the street from the White
Yeah.
House.
hmm Yeah, that's so nuts. Brian, I'm still mystified by the fake White House TV set across the street from the White House. I actually
There you
didn't.
go.
And I heard you just say that, and I agreed, but I didn't even know that. Like it was registering my head. I missed that.
Mhm.
I didn't even know they did that. Call corn dogs American dog. Dude, change
Oh,
that, Ginger.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Mrs. Spork would like to know if you want tomato on your sandwich.
Oh, am I getting a sandwich? Yes, please. Oh, for tomorrow? Is this for work? Because if no, then because unless the bread is separate, they're all separate. I can't do that, you know.
Yeah.
I thought we were safe from the government from being in the bedroom. Saving life at conception is what happens once you leave said room. Yeah, they're saying that, you know, if a woman's body isn't her own, then men shouldn't either. Yeah, goes along with separation of church and state. So I don't know if anybody saw like recently. Yeah, for tomorrow, no tomato. Then I mean, I would love tomato, but it would have to be in a separate container. Thank you. Everyone, Mrs. Spork.
Mrs. Spork rocks.
Yes, she does. So what was I gonna say? Oh,
Working. I gotta go.
yeah. All right, love you, man. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Hi, Big O's. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Biggs. Where was Lisa's? Here. Missing billions. No, was that the first one? No,
That was the first one. The second one
that
was the
was.
Tic Tac.
Oh, the Tic Tac, right. Okay. Let's get the Tic Tac up, people.
So while we're looking for the Tic Tac, if you ever do come to Chicago, two places you got to eat are both Portillo's and Lou Malnati's. Lou Malnati's gets you the Chicago style pizza,
I've been there.
and then Portillo's gets you the Chicago dog and the Chicago beef sandwich, which is 10
Okay.
times better than a cheesesteak from Philly.
I have to say, maybe I haven't been there and I'm pissed. I have to say, if you're a foodie and like, you know, travel, Chicago in early autumn, you know, like early October was one of the most beautiful cities I've been to. And the food was unbelievably good. Like, we went to the Purple Pig, I think it was, or Purple Flying Pig. Unbelievable. Like my buddies took me there for my two friends flew me out there as a surprise. Well, not surprise. The surprise were we were going to a Patriots Chicago game, which was freaking awesome. We were like 10 rows up behind the Patriots bench. I'll never
Wow.
forget it. Oh, it was so great being in Soldier Field too and seeing the history.
Mhm.
But we just they pretty much bought the menu there, like, because it's like a 1-page front and back
Mhm.
menu, and we got almost everything on it, and it was unfreaking believable. The place was so
Oh yeah,
good.
I mean, you go to the Chicago any of the Chicago vendors downtown, they'll have actually cheesecake on a stick, and then it's even
Oh,
better if it's been dipped in chocolate. So it's kind of like having an ice cream, where it's the vanilla on the inside covered in chocolate.
yeah,
They
yeah,
just
yeah.
did a cheesecake version of it. It's absolutely amazing. And then there's a place called Smith and Walensky. It's a very expensive steakhouse. It's just
Mhm.
down the block from Trump Tower. They have the best filet. It is a coffee chocolate crusted filet.
Oh my God.
And it's amazing because you taste the coffee as you're having, and then the aftertaste is chocolate. It's just like phenomenal. We went there for my boy's high school graduation.
Oh,
So we've been there
that
like
sounds
twice, and it's amazing.
delicious. We have the lovely Lisa with a $1.49 super sticker, and it is a Hamburg. a Hamburg, everyone.
Hamburger to go with your hot dog from Brian. How
Mrs.
perfect.
Spork says, hi, everyone. So here is the Tic Tac video. So this was what Lisa's saying is she thinks it's a fly on the lens, which I think is hilarious. I just, where did I do with it? There it is. Okay. So this is definitely not a fly, but I love what you thought. Here we go.
My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
So it's going so fast against 120 knots, which is incredible.
I mean, you'd see some kind of movement if it was something stuck to the lens.
Right. And you could see
Right.
like there's the little bump under here, a little bit on top, and it has that classic look to it. I wish I knew how to read all this stuff so I could see what it's saying the miles per hour are. I don't think do they say it? Let's see.
That's not LNS though, is it? It's not. It is LNS, dude. Well, if there's look at that thing.
Look at it
It's
turn.
rotated.
It rotated, yeah. And this is
Well, that's the one that goes into
underwater.
the water, right?
Look at
Yeah.
that thing. Couldn't even find it. Got it.
Oh, got it! Woohoo! Roger. They're shooting. Did you catch moving target?
It just came out of the water, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Back
Oh my
in.
gosh, dude. Wow. Look at the fly.
I mean, unbelievable. These are all 3 videos that the Pentagon did release. It's unbelievable that first they released it. I mean, they've been working towards disclosure. Some believe since the 50s. I would say probably a little later than that. You know, we started getting when Hollywood starts showing you stuff more and more about space, this and that.
Mhm.
You know, Men in Black showing you that aliens are already here and there's different species and they got it under control type thing. You know, like they want us to, there's one group that wants us to be like, they're okay. They're just like everybody else. They just want to live, you know, harmoniously with us. And then you got the other group that wants us to be terrified.
Exactly.
So,
But you know what though? I mean, we're still in that type
Good night,
of
Lisa.
a rat race from a, foreign relations perspective that we need to be the most powerful. I mean,
Yes.
the Cold War may have ended, but it never really did because
Yeah.
it's just there's just different countries involved in it now.
Mhm.
And I cannot imagine any of the militaries being comfortable with an alien force that is more powerful.
Right.
Or that they just
Uh,
perceive it as more powerful because it had the ability to get here.
Right. And that's it. So Slender says, and I think he's saying it, you know, sarcastically, and somehow staying perfectly centered on the camera. You see in this video, it's because they locked it in. It's not someone like using they locked it in. I mean, you could hear on the next video, it takes them for like a couple seconds to figure out where it is and then lock it in. So here it is. It flies by him. And he's trying to find it.
Oh,
He
You're
can't
not
even keep
sharing.
up with
You're
it.
not sharing. You're
Oh,
not
wow.
sharing.
That's awesome. I'm awesome. Yeah. Boomer.
Awesome.
Okay. Let's try that again. You see it coming. So this explains why the other one was dead center is because they locked it in auto track. Got it right there. Boom. Now it stays dead center.
Got it! Woohoo! Roger. They're shooting. Did you catch moving target? No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay.
I took an auto track. Slender.
It is kind of cool though that I mean they're super excited about tracing something that they know absolutely nothing about.
Yeah. 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 I know you know a lot, Slender, Navy guy, I believe, but you don't know everything. I'm just gonna say that. It is auto tracking, Lisa. Don't listen to Slender. Thank you for being here tonight too. Scott, did you flashy thing me? Be honest. I mean, that's why you guys come back. You forget how terrible I am at this. And then come on back. I love it. See dwarf starlight and its effect on life. Okay. I will check that out. There are humanoid species living under these dwarf stars. I mean, they have found so many. I'm sorry. What's that? I do know everything though. I love you, man. You are the best. Uh, yeah, there are so many Goldilocks zone planets we have found that some are dwarf stars, some are, this stars smaller, bigger than ours, more intense, but that in that Goldilocks zone, which we believe is the Goldilocks zone, because we're arrogant like that and believe you have to have a certain temperature. There's definitely life. Come on. Yeah. The crafts are superposition craft, superposition via some magnetism or energy. See superconductor experiment. I have seen those. Yeah, I believe in some way they're warping space, or they're warping, space in front of them. So it's almost like they're being pulled through space instead of propelled, with like how our jets are being propelled, pushing through space. They're actually bending it so it's being pulled through it. And that's why they could hit the water, not lose a single mile per hour, and then pop out, pop back in, and it's still going the same speed. I think
That's
it's
insane.
interesting. Yeah. Yeah. But was there anything else I wanted to cover tonight? I can't remember. Let me think for a second. Is there anything anybody in the chat or you, Tina, would like to cover tonight?
I don't think that we need to cover it, but
Mhm.
just to mention that I became first interested in the JFK assassination because way back in 1986, when I was, I think, freshman in high school, would have been the
Mhm.
right age. That's when the movie came out on Showtime called On Trial, the Lee Harvey Oswald movie, and it was a mock trial by a couple of different lawyers. I think Alan
Mhm.
Dershowitz actually consulted on a making of this, documentary slash mock trial, but it had actual people that witnessed the assassination. People voluntarily came to testify, quote unquote, in front of. It was a full mock trial.
Oh,
With
that's so
lawyers
cool.
and a judge and everything, and there was even a set of jurors and whatnot. And I just remember it was so absolutely fascinating. So it's probably still out there, I'm sure, like somewhere on YouTube or Amazon or whatever. But
What
it's
year was this around, you said?
1986. It's called
Okay.
On Trial, Lee Harvey Oswald.
I'll have to check that out. Going now towards our dork side of ourselves. I just wanted to show G20. G20 is coming to Prime. Um, so many swear. Yeah, grassy knoll.
Mm-hmm.
And even Congresswoman Luna believes, two shooters, definitely at least two shooters. And I think that's what we're going to find out. And if we don't find a connection to the government or something, we're going to find out that they just couldn't find that person,
Mm-hmm.
so they didn't want to scare the nation or make everybody go nuts trying to find them themselves. I don't know.
Ooh,
What?
interesting.
Come on, Mike. Really? That's interesting. What about the recent guest on Rogan? Who the most recent person that was on Rogan? You got because the dude who was most recent guests, Weinstein, Benz was a decent one. He's the one about USAID. He's been blowing that whistle since 2016, 2018. Also had debunking channel guy. I wish that was me going on Rogan.
We also had JFK Jr., Mike Baker from the
Oh,
CIA.
recent.
That one I think is a few months ago, though.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he's talking about Ben's. Ben's is interesting.
Oh, okay.
He is very interesting because he shut up. Because he really has been the person telling us, like, warning everybody our money is being wasted in the most ridiculous ways. But here, let's see. Adam Curry, the old MTV VJ guy, he's on there. I love Mike Baker though. I
Yeah.
love Mike Baker. Oh, come on. You want to watch this. I know you do. I remember you saying like the other day, "Oh, I can't wait for G20. It's going to be so good. The Slender family loves this." And I was like, "What?" And you were like, "Yeah, totally." Um, he got hired to talk to old Cuban families and jot down info before he finished high school. That's dope. All right, let's see this
Wow.
shit show then.
Madam President, we have a situation. Ma'am, apprehension is minutes away.
A little much, don't you think, Mom?
Zip it. You and your brother are coming to Cape Town with us.
Why?
You know why.
All you ever care about is work.
I implore all world leaders to join me at the G20 summit.
Come on, Madam President.
Oh, damn. Now I gotta go sit.
Wait a minute. This is about the G20 summit that they have. Is she gonna like? Oh, tell me there's
It's just this
terrorists.
fantasy that if Kamala would have been elected president, this would have been her movie.
All I hope is that they get attacked and she kicks ass.
Save the world.
Isn't that Tyler Perry or somebody?
No, that's he's a comedian. He's been in so many things.
Oh, okay. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
The 20 most powerful world leaders together. Going dark in 3, 2.
Do they know who they're up against though? I don't think they do. Terrorists, bunch of white men. Yeah, Viola's 59. You never know. She might Hulk out. You don't know. The 20 G's. So, I got that. She is a great actress, but come on.
To the government's watching, I've taken the G20 by force.
Oh, it's the dude from The Boys. He's a great actor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He is
I keep not recognizing him when he's not blonde.
Yeah.
Anderson.
And that's the Anthony Anderson? Okay, yeah. Oh, no, not the black guy. That's who you just said, Anthony Anderson, right?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, no, the dude from The Boys is also Anthony, I think, or his last name's Anthony.
Anthony
like
Starr.
Starr, that's right.
Yeah.
Project Deepfake. We will reset the world's financial markets. You got to read the words exactly as written. Beige fox. Quick beige fox. Quick beige fox. Now we control the narrative.
My husband and kids are missing. We have to find them. If you want to live, you'll follow my lead. Now you're Captain America.
Let's go back to the white guy being a dick. You know it. That's so great.
If you want to live, you'll follow my lead. Now you're Captain America.
Oh, come on.
That was quite well done. They've got at least 5 hostages in the kitchen. Your survival is what matters most. I will not leave them.
Drop it!
No, she's gonna beat that Jack, dude. Come on.
President Danielle Sutton.
You know
Get
it.
around, don't you?
I'll get around to you too.
Mom, I can help.
Lights up.
So is this the president being, I don't know, Die Hard? Like presidential
Yeah.
Die Hard? Yeah, kind of. That's what I'm getting.
Find her.
Where are my husband and kids?
We're all here together.
I'm gonna get you out of here. What are you
If we get you into a comfortable pair of heels,
Oh, she's wearing
do
sneakers,
you want an
dude.
honest answer?
What's up with that? What
I
is
figured
up
they
with that?
I figured there
Holy,
had to be a ripped dress scene the way she came down, only wearing a short dress after.
oh, that was, oh, okay. I mean, whatever.
Ooh, Clark Gregg is playing the vice president. He's Agent Coulson
Oh, yeah, yeah,
from
yeah. I love, he's probably in on it. I'm calling it now.
exactly,
White
exactly.
guy, vice president, he is in on it. We're going to find that out. Yep. 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 Uh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're talking about the Cuban Missile Crisis where, yeah, a lot of angry vets, some of the most deadly men in the world that we sent in there and then didn't give them air support. They might have been involved in killing him too. Um, She Made Me Cry in the Maid movie at Brian McCann. It was a chick flick. Oh God, that's so funny. Um, Air Force One in Africa. You know what? What the hell? I might cover it just because it looks ridiculous. And Anthony Starr, like, dude, you're like huge. You're no matter what, you are at the highest your star has ever been. No pun. And he picks G20. He picks G20. That's great. Well, I'm glad we watched that. Not really. But I like to thank everybody. Let me know if you guys are going to see the new Captain. It just won't come out. I think it's like episode 9 or 10 of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I really think that's what a lot of people believe it's going to be. Like, I believe that. Like, I think there's been so much issues with this film and rewrites and reshoots, which every film has. But is it really going to be a Captain America movie with, Sam Wilson being Captain America? Or is it going to be Captain America, but we're going to focus on the Red Hulk? I just have a
I think
feeling.
so.
Yeah, I have a
I think
feeling
so.
that's what it's going to be.
And I almost feel sorry for Harrison Ford because after the last Indiana Jones movie, and then now he follows it up with, Captain
Yeah.
America 4 or whatever. I mean, ugh.
I bet you he still rocks in it. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say his part will be awesome. I mean, who doesn't want to see Red Hulk? I really would have loved to see it as who passed away? The guy who played it before him.
Yes, I can't think of his name.
You know who I'm talking about, people.
Yep.
Just with the mustache, Red Hulk with the mustache. I would have loved that. It's Captain America without Captain America. Yeah, it's Red Hulk in 4 minutes. Yeah, I've heard somebody else say, because it's almost like, if you think about it, they have the leader in it, Hulk serum. Something had to happen when they captured the leader back in that Edward Norton Hulk. So I'm guessing that's around the time he started getting the craven to get the Hulk. Then he had the heart attack playing golf in Civil War. And, that's probably when he got the Hulk juice. That's what I'm calling it.
That makes sense. And supposedly, Harrison Ford's also going to be in Thunderbolts because if you remember, that was a group that, General Ross had put together. So
yeah, the Thunderbolts. I mean, it's General
exactly.
Ross. Yeah.
William
Ross.
Hurt, that's the actor
Yeah.
we were trying to remember the name of.
Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah, dude, Falcon Jungle Juice serum. Yeah, he doesn't need it. He has wings. Okay. And he got it
in the
from
trailer,
Wakanda.
I think in the trailer I did see he makes some comment in the middle of the fight because that's all Marvel is having great dialogue in the middle of beating the crap out of each other. But he says I should have taken that serum.
Of course, it's gonna those little fast, witty comments.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Marvel is at least trying. It seems like. Have you watched that Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man cartoon?
I have not. I've heard it's good though.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, they gender swap a couple things, I believe. And but the guy's voice for Peter is freaking awesome. The suit is dope. I don't care if Harry Osborn and the Osborns are black. That doesn't matter. So the the characters, the voice acting is amazing. The artwork's a little like I trying to go old school feel, I think, but it's like it's the frame rate that makes it a little weird at times. I don't mind his friend, the Asian chick. Yeah, it's one of those, but they go with the stereotypes, like, black kid from Harlem gets to go to the good school, ends up getting involved in gang issues because his brother, he had to save his brother. Like, okay, man, I don't know, but
So very stereotypical story.
yeah, it's like, come on, think of something smarter than that. It is interesting how he gets bit by a spider, though. It's, do you mind me? Spoilers for the first
Oh,
episode,
no, go ahead.
Amazing Spider-Man or
Oh, go
whatever,
ahead.
your friendly neighborhood. He's about to start his first day at the school, the smart kid school, and all of a sudden a sling ring opens up, and a creature comes out that what's his name? Oh my god, I am terrible. I'm blanking on the sorcerer's name. Holy shit. Is that bad? Not Wong, but
I think things were old.
the doctor. He's a
Doctor Strange?
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. Holy shit, I am terrible at this. I've been up too long. They're fighting, and when this sling ring is open, a spider comes through that universe, and that's how he gets bit.
I kind of like that better than the scientific spider, radioactive spider story.
Before I read that, DEI Spider-Man. It's not as bad as people are making it to be, but my issue with Spidey animation is the blue hair girls match the color of the school lockers. Oh yeah, whose colors their hair to match the school's lockers? Yeah,
That's a good point.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's a little weird artwork. I don't know how to explain it, but again, the voice acting is what I find very, very cool. Like every person sounds amazing as a voice actor. So I got to give them props for that. But all right, we're going to call it a night. Thank you, Tina, for hanging out with me. I appreciate that. And Biggles, thank you for being here. And Lisa and Brian for the super chats. Or super stickers. I appreciate that. And we got that hamburger and we got the hot dog. I love food. And he sees no emoji. So that's fine too. But we'll figure that out at some point. But I thank everyone for being here. Guys, Saturday, we're going to have another Aluminum Spork. Don't know the topic yet. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like I need to mix all my favorite things and really not go with the topic. Just talk about what I want to talk about that night. It might be UFOs. It might be Spider-Man. It might be both. And I'll be gifting some memberships that night. So make sure you guys are here. And I know if she watches this later, Jane Theory, be in the chat so I can gift them. And maybe you get one because you've been amazing with gifting memberships. So I appreciate that. So I hope
you, Jane.
Yeah, we love Jane. And I can't wait till she decides, I'll come back on for, Song of Ice and Fire or something. But if you guys, I'm going to put out a post on YouTube. If you think my idea of mixing all the things I love to be part of Aluminum Spork and you would watch it, our fantasy, the, superheroes, all that stuff, plus UFOs, plus a little politics, plus this and that. Let me know if you'd watch that. So keep an eye out for that post. But thank you, everybody. I hope you all have a great night. Oh, wait a minute. I want to end with that one. I love it. All right. Good night, everybody.
Welcome to Aluminum Spork, where mysteries come to talk. From ancient cities underground to UFOs that